saying, that'd be weird if we left the room.
No, let's
guys?
just... How can I pass this up? It's a chance to feel like a real teacher. I decided I had to try it. During daily cleanup and such, I come and gone from the spot countless times, but this was the first time I'd ever had an opportunity to just stand there and preside over the classroom. So this is how it looks to be a teacher, huh? It kind of looks awe-inspiring. Gaining a teacher's point of view in the most literal sense was starting to get me really fired up. It may seem silly now, but you motherfucker.
What happened?
You're back.
He's leaving. This is where all my dreams would play out. Someday, Scarecrow will just vanish. I began to imagine the future that awaited me, painstakingly detailing some of the new pieces of knowledge for students sitting attentively at their desks, gliding chalk across the board, filling it with information to aid them in their studies. I sure hope I can make the cut one of these days. I was getting so excited that I even began thinking my behavior was a little strange. Maybe it was the...
Juxtaposition?
I don't know what that word is.
Juxtaposition.
What does that mean? These joyous invasions and prickling sense of dread I'd been feeling up till now or before. Yeah, but then in the blink of an eye, one of those two conflicting emotions completely overpowered the other. Oh, fuck. Ah, no, crap, is this a blackout? Suddenly my surroundings were bathed in darkness. Going stiff with shock, I stumbled back a step. My back struck the blackboard with a dull thud. What an awful timing thing. Yeah, oh, English is so hard. I instantly grabbed hold of the rail where the eraser sat. I felt chalk dust against my fingertips. My panicked heartbeat was making it difficult to breathe. Was this caused by the thunderstorm? If so, it sure picked a fine time to turn the lights out on me. And what's more, I could still hear the sound of the organ. But no, it's an electric organ. How is it even possible with no power? Scarecrow's gone.
Scarecrow. He's gone.
He's gone.
Fuck! You must not go!
Was this what the old woman was trying to warn me about? That's impossible. She was no fortune teller or psychic as far as I was aware. How could she possibly know this would happen? Hell, even if she were a fortune teller or psychic, predicting the future is the stuff of science fiction. I shook my head. I need to calm down. Maybe it's just this wing that lost power and the music room is still okay. That seems plausible, right? I curled my chalk-dusted fingers into a fist and silently tried to talk some sense into myself. I've got to get out of here. I shouldn't have been playing the teacher. I should have been in and out by now. Cursing myself a little, I fumbled my way through the darkened classroom. Ick! I'd spent so much time in here, you'd think I'd be able to find my own way out with my eyes closed, as it were. But sadly, that just wasn't the case. Smashing loudly into a desk, I knocked it on its side and began tumbling after it, instinctively grabbing at other desks around me for support. Oof!
Oh!
Damn, it sounds like I knocked a lot of stuff out of that desk. Guess I'll need to put everything back. Still fumbling around blindly, I gathered up all the scattered notes, textbooks, and writing utensils. I can't tell what's what. This is so embarrassing. What the heck am I even doing? Wasn't I supposed to be hurrying home? I'm such a klutz. I let out a sigh. I seem to be doing that a lot lately. Alright, this is a textbook, and this is a notebook, right? I was trying to take inventory of all the things I knocked out of the desk, then realized why. I might as well just stand it up and stuff it all back in. I couldn't possibly organize it properly in absolute darkness. Better just apologize tomorrow to whoever sits here. Not that that was a particularly pleasant prospect. Explaining what I'd done wouldn't be easy, and no matter how I sugarcoated it, it would serve as a clear indication of my clumsiness. If I didn't say anything, it's not like I'd be found out, but that would be the same as lying as far as I'm concerned, and I couldn't do that. Okay, I think I got everything. I placed my hand on the floor and swept around, feeling for anything I might have missed. I found something, all right. Ew! Gross! What is this? It's all slimy! I clearly brushed my fingers across something, but I had no idea what. It was no notebook or writing implement, though, that's for sure. Why would anybody have something like this in their desk? Maybe it had been on the floor all along. What is this stuff? I rubbed my sticky fingertips a bit deeper in the wet spot and brought my hand close to my face so I could get a better look. What on earth did I just touch? Eek! There was a flash of lightning almost immediately, joined by a roar of thunderclap, and with it, for a split second, the pitch-black classroom was lit up as bright as day. Oh, God! It's blood!
How boy?
Sorry, my throat's really hurting. In that split second, I'd gotten a very good look at my fingers, and it really did seem as if they were covered in blood. And it wasn't just my hand. It was, if my peripheral vision is to be trusted, it looked like the entire classroom was stained a deep dark crimson. Crap, it kind of smells like blood in here, too. Without thinking, I backed away from where I'd been crouching. I tried rationalizing what I saw. How could a whole classroom become a bloodbath like this? Did something spill? Did someone tumble in here injured? This isn't possible.
Looks like someone exploded.
It can't be. I mean, how? My whole body was quaking, and I fled from the classroom. Or rather, I tried to flee. What? Why would it open? I don't remember locking it, and it isn't locked, so why can't I get it open? I pulled on the door handle again and again in a frenzy. I was pulling so hard it felt like my fingernails might tear loose. Ew. But it just wouldn't budge. Why? I was absentmindedly grabbing at my hair with one hand and slamming my fist on the nearby desk with the other. This was a nightmare. Please, no. What is going on? Silence saturated the inky blackness of the room. I took several deep breaths in an effort to restrain my pounding heart. Calm down. I gotta calm down. I'm probably just panicking because the door won't open. I'm sure I just misidentified whatever it is on the floor. I mean, it's preposterous, right? There's no way something like that could be. I was certain that when I saw what it was actually come morning, it ended up being something totally random, like someone's old soda-stained gym clothes. That has to be it. Yeah, I probably just brushed up against someone's paint for art class or something. My imagination was running wild because I was panicking. And the door probably just has something caught in it, that's all. I decided to check out my hypothesis that by feeling my way across the door and determining if anything was jutting out from any of the cracks. Damn, not sure I can do this without being able to see. I fumbled around the gaps in the door, but I just couldn't make anything out that would be doing this. And the classroom's rear exit seemed a world away. Maybe there's another way out of here. No, this was the third floor.
Window.
I couldn't get out of this classroom without exiting into the hallway. Let me out. I want out. Still at a loss, I noticed a sudden flash of light through the hallway window. But the glass was only translucent, so I couldn't be sure of its source. Is somebody out there? Then there came the distinctive clomp, clomp, clomp of footsteps. Of course, it must be the custodian. I recalled the existence of a custodian who always patrolled the school grounds.
Existence.
I was sure he must be taking a look around after the sudden power outage. Great, I'm saved! All at once, my fear-addled legs regained their strength. This nightmare would soon be over. Excuse me! I shouted to the custodian through the window as loudly as I could muster. Excuse me, I'm trapped in here! I had to be sure he heard me. I shouted again. Finally, I could see the light out in the hallway again, and it seemed to be getting closer. However, something's not right about this. Perturbed, I took a step away from the window. If that's a flashlight, shouldn't it be brighter? It kind of looks like the faint unearthly glow classically attributed to spirits, was what I was thinking.
What?
I guess. Dullness aside, it also looked like it was wriggling around it in a very unnatural, very unflash-like way. And these footsteps. Clomp, 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 clomp. 4 clumps, and then a 3 or so second interval, and then another 4. They were sounding in a fixed rhythm. That's no custodian. Nobody walks like that. The fear was back, in full force. I had to find somewhere to hide. What if I accidentally summoned something inhuman? I mean, whatever that was, I begged it for help. I literally invited it in. I need to go hide, but where?
Alright, Scarecrow, where do you think we should hide?
What was the option? Locker.
I think the podium.
I'd
thought
say
wrong.
the locker.
Alright. I hurriedly squeezed myself into the metal locker where the classroom's cleaning supplies were kept. And it was still pitch black in the room, so I really couldn't spare the time that it would take to remove its contents. Instead, I just contorted myself to fit. Ugh. The locker was thick with the smells of mold and varnish. If I can hold my breath for just a little while, I think I'll be safe in here. So I waited. I waited for the footsteps to pass by and fade into the distance, signaling that it was safe to emerge. Whoever it had better hurry. I feel like I'm going to suffocate in here much longer.
God damn it, we just killed her again.
You killed me again. Still, it felt a lot safer in the locker than it did out in the room, but the footsteps weren't receding. They were getting louder, closer, faster. Oh, that's creepy.
No.
And that's an unsettling.
And then they came to a sudden halt. Huh? They were close, just outside the locker. They peered through the ventilation holes. Amidst the utter darkness in the classroom, there wasn't a soul to be seen. I'm okay. As long as I stay in here, I'll be fine. I'm not sure why I believed that. Maybe because I needed to. Maybe because it was so dark, or because I felt so much calmer in such a tight space where nothing could possibly sneak up behind me. I didn't know why, and I didn't care. I just knew that as far as I was concerned, I was safe in here. So I stood, motionless and cramped, and I waited. I didn't have to wait long. What was
Oh
that?
no.
It sounded like a door locking. Suddenly apprehensive, I gently nudged the supplies.
God
Damn it!
Oh no.
Found you. I let a sudden yelp at this unknown voice and I don't want to have a bad time! Is somebody still here? He'll need to be punished for that. Huh? There was a brief moment of silence following the eerie voice's unsettling proclamation. And then... Oh, shit.
What the
Oh my god!
Oh,
This is
no.
such bullshit!
What the hell's going on? Oh no!
What the
Oh, we're gonna
fuck?
get crushed to death.
This is bullshit.
Y'all got me killed again.
Well,
Again, the right option seems to be the wrong
It
option.
is the wrong option. Reload! You want me to reload it just now? Just do
Yeah,
it.
fuck.
Alright.
Fucking so.
Oh, the figure, it was the old woman from this morning.
Yada yada yada. Old lady's the one killing you. Man, it sounds like a bad idea to hide in a metal locker.
Here we go. I hurriedly hid myself beneath the teacher's podium. I grabbed my knees, curled up, and made myself as small as I could. What is this? What's happening? The footsteps continued. Can you, somebody else read for a second while I get something to drink?
The footsteps continue to draw nearer and nearer. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Little by little, the sound grew louder. Every hair in my body was standing on end. Please, just pass by, please!
I don't know if anybody else gets this, but if your throat starts to hurt and for some reason your ear starts getting itchy, like the inside.
No, my throat, like, closes up partially whenever it's exhausted. Like, just my vocal cords refuse to work.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep drinking my hot chocolate.
I held my breath, clasped my hands together, and silently. Help me, Jesus! They were close now.
You know what?
Very,
Do you think I should just turn
very
on the
close.
voice acting and we just sit here and watch everything play
Nah,
out?
it's fooey.
Fucker.
Please, God. Please. Why was this happening? I couldn't make any sense of it. I just wanted it to be over. I prayed to God that it would end. Why are we bringing Jesus into this? Is this about the old woman was trying to warn me about? Was this all happening because I ignored her? Because I didn't take the paper doll from her?
Is the
This
old
bullshit.
woman like... No, because the mom's dead.
Jeez. Wait, what do you mean the mom's dead?
I thought Sachiko... No, I thought it was Yoshie, the nurse that died. That was Sachiko's mom.
Yeah.
Maybe?
It is.
Was it because I heard the ghost story of Yoshi and allowed it to get to me? Did the strange events of the day have nothing to do with what was happening to me now? Feels like my heart's gonna burst out of my chest. I'm still holding my breath. I didn't dare let even the tiniest of sounds escape me and give away my position.
Here we go again.
Nani? The consistent rhythm of the footstep suddenly ended halfway into one of its cycles. And ended right in front of this very classroom!
Oh no, we're dead. Oh no, we're dead!
Well, we died
I had
last time.
goosebumps
so we're
up and
not
down my
dying
arms
this
and
time.
legs. I stopped praying and clasped my hands over my mouth. I knew I'd scream if I didn't. Could this be Yoshie? Was the school legend real? All I could do was close my eyes, keep my mouth shut, and hope that whoever or whatever this was would just go away. But the footsteps didn't start up again. If this was indeed Yoshie, then she stopped in front of the classroom and was just standing there. I had no concept of time anymore. I stayed in my hiding spot for what was probably only a few minutes, but felt at least like an hour. Maybe whoever it was is gone. I decided to carefully peek out from under the podium. I gingerly edged my head out just far enough to get a glimpse of the room, when suddenly...
What is...
The footsteps rang out once more. It sounded like they were headed right for me, and they might have been inside the room. I honestly couldn't tell. Oh god, I'm so scared.
Is it gonna be like this the creepy Korean comic where it's suddenly like...
Maybe. I scrambled back into my hiding spot and covered my mouth with both hands. This was too much for me. Oh yeah, no, my heart hurts. My heart's... My breathing was coarse and erratic, and my face was a mess of tears and snot. God, please save me. I was inconsolable. The footsteps just wouldn't stop. What on earth were they doing? It almost sounded like they were running around in circles just to scare me. Stop it. Please stop it. I mouthed these words over and over again and moved my hands to my ears in vain attempt to block out this torturous sound. And as if in response, the sound changed. Oh God, I'm so scared!
Boo!
It was a loud, dull thud, followed by silence. No more footsteps. I'd heard that sound hundreds of times before. It was the classroom door sliding open. I peeked out, but the door was still tightly shut. How could that be? If the sound I heard wasn't the door, then what was it? What little safety I'd felt here was pretty much gone, but to be fair, I wasn't absolutely certain the spirit had seen or heard me either. The prospect of stepping out of this into the open wasn't a desirable one, but I had to decide if it was better to stay where I was, or make a break for it. Oh, God damn it!
Should I stay or
Should I go?
Flip a coin.
Yeah, flip a
If I
coin.
stay, I know there'll be trouble.
Just keep the coin out at this
If I
point.
go,
Yeah, really.
it'll be double.
Whatever
There
the
we go.
coin says, we just do the opposite, because every time you flip that coin, and we did what
You
it
know
told
what?
us to do, we died.
You know what I've noticed? The pattern
What?
so far seems to be bottom option, top option. Let's go bottom option.
Alright,
Take a break.
make a break for it.
Take a break for it.
Staying in one
I'm
place for
out
too
of
long
here.
seemed
Let's
like...
die again.
Yeah, really. But almost immediately I felt something.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
Something long and thin had struck me in the back of the head. Or perhaps struck isn't the right word. There was a little force behind it, but it wasn't a hard slam. More like someone trying to get my attention. Is that a wooden rod? Or no, it's a finger? I knew I wouldn't like what I was going to see, but I had to face whatever this was, so I turned around. And there looming over me was... Is somebody still here? Go home, child. A figure peering out from above the podium, with one emaciated, wishbone-like finger extended toward my face. I recognized this person instantly. No doubt this was the strange old woman who'd supposedly passed away earlier. Ah! I was scared out of my mind. I tumbled the rest of the way out of under the podium and shot to my feet. The ghost. A ghost. There really was a ghost in the school. My breathing was so ragged and my heart was pounding so hard I thought it might explode. Plowing through all the desks in my way, I ran as fast as I could toward the classroom door. But that was as far as I could go. What's wrong? Oh, we're dead again. There, on the other side of the door, tied up against the glass, was the old woman. She was glowing bluish-white, the source of the light from earlier. But how in the world did she get to the door before I did? How did she get out of the classroom so quickly, and position herself so perfectly to block my exit? I felt like I was starting to hyperventilate, and tried as best as I could to recalm my breathing as my eyes darted about the room. I needed to get out of here now, to get as far away from this place as I possibly could. If the front door is blocked, maybe I can get out through the back. But if I do that, I can't leave the school without running right past her. There's no way she'd let me by, but I have to do something.
So we're not dead yet.
I bit my lip and continued scanning the room. Something. If I just had something I could use to fight back. I didn't have time to think carefully about it. I just had to grab something and hope for the best. There were two choices, and I had to pick one on impulse before it was too late. Oh God!
Salt! 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 Demons hate salt!
So,
This looks like leftover salt from an old chemistry experiment. I'd heard that salt was used in
Ghost hate
purification. Yep, here we go. Okay, this is coming with me.
Be gone, demon!
I placed the salt in my pocket as a sort of protective charm.
That looks more like food salt.
I'm scared, but here goes nothing. When I
Be
looked
gone.
over, the spirit of the old woman was holding out her hand from the other side of the door frame. She really was trying to catch me. I wasn't just being paranoid. She was going to kill me and turn me into a ghost like her. I was convinced. This had to be Yoshie, the teacher from the urban legend. No, I won't let her get to me. Bracing myself, I darted toward the door at the back end of the classroom. There wasn't a moment to lose. If I didn't act fast, I probably wouldn't be able to act at all. I threw the door open and just began running at top speed, hoping to escape behind the spirit's back. Unsurprisingly, trying to outrun a ghost proved to be a fruitless endeavor. The spirit saw me and moved at breakneck speed to intercept. Don't you fucking come near me, bitch! I thrust my hand in my pocket and withdrew the bag of salt, then threw the entire thing directly at the woman's face.
Nice try, that's just actually an old...
She recoiled. Now's my chance. I ran down the hall as fast as my legs could carry me, briefly glancing behind my shoulder after a moment to confirm the spirit was still writhing. I just kept on running down that dark hallway, with nothing but adrenaline and mortal fear to keep me going. I reached the stairwell at the end of the hall and made a mad dash for the ground level. I was determined to get out of this building alive.
Stop!
Finally, still moving at top speed, I reached the windowed door leading outside. Almost there! I'm almost out! Luckily, the malevolent spirit hadn't caught up with me yet. It actually seemed like I might be able to escape. I might actually survive this.
Nope.
No.
I made
Not
it.
today.
I grabbed the handle and tried pulling it. Huh? It's not opening! Ah, damn it! Please, please open. I have to think of something else. At this rate, that horrible woman's going to... Nope, not gonna happen. What can I do? Guys?
Break the glass!
Break it.
You've got an umbrella.
Oh, hey!
Bop it.
Putting my thoughts in order, I came to the sudden realization that I was right near the umbrella racks. Unless the spirit had taken it or something, my umbrella should still have been right where I left it. There it
I
is!
was right!
I practically
Oh
tackled
my
the rack,
goddamn
grabbing my
teeth.
umbrella in swift motion, not from the handle, mind you, from the top. Then, taking aim at the glass part of the door, I swung as hard as I could, smacking it dead center with the sturdy plastic handle. The glass wasn't going to break so easily, of course, but it did crack, giving me the impetus I needed to go in for a second hit. Break, damn you!
Break, damn it.
Again and again, I struck the glass. I had the umbrella gripped so tightly that the metal skeleton of the canopy was leaving indentions in my skin. I was sure that there had to be a better way to do this, that I didn't have the luxury of time to figure out what it might have been.
Stop! You must not leave!
She's coming this way.
Sounds like it's
I
almost
began
done.
smacking the glass even harder, even faster. My hands were killing me, but this was my only hope of survival. Finally, after far too much effort... Yes, I did it! The glass shattered onto the floor, making one hell of a sound. Tepid air whooshed in from the outside. It was still pouring rain, but I was free now, free to escape this hellhole. Okay. The pane I'd broken was on the lower half of the door, and I couldn't care if I cut myself. I got on my hands and knees and crawled like mad. I did it! I'm almost outside, and I actually escaped! I'm safe! I felt
Gramsci.
triumphant. For a brief moment, the fear was
Wrong
gone.
ending.
Wrong ending. Huh? But it didn't last long. I felt something coiling around my arm. With a start, I looked back.
Oh.
You mustn't go outside. A tall, shadowy figure had appeared behind me in the entranceway, and she had me in her grasp. There wasn't much more to her than an indistinct flickering silhouette, but I could clearly see
Neck
that...
broke.
That's her. Was this a
That's
different
it,
apparition? Her scraggly, root-like fingers were squeezing my arm with tremendous force, pushing aside muscle and tissue and pressing right onto the bone.
How?
Who are... Where are you going, my dear? I'll just be a little longer, so won't you please wait for me? That hurts! That really hurts! I was shaking hysterically and tears were streaming down my face. I was absolutely convinced that I was going to die here. Let go of me! Sachi. I could offer no resistance. She was too strong. All I could do was plead with her. Stop, please. You're really hurting me. I felt like my arm would snap in two at any moment.
Christ.
Let's be together forever. She wasn't just grabbing, but twisting as well. The pain was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. I couldn't think about anything else.
Did we die again?
I think so.
Yeah. Nope. Shishino! What the fuck?
Tsukasa? I thought my arm was about to snap off, and then all of a sudden I was whisked away. Whisked away by Tsukasa.
Are you okay?
Why? Tsukasa?
No time to explain. We have to run.
What? Tsukasa was still holding on to me tightly after saving me from the brink of death. He led me back into the school at an incredible speed.
Ye- Damn it, where the hell was that thing? Please tell me I'm just dreaming.
He practically spit these words as he continued running. Why is Tsukasa here? I tried to match his gait, but once we were a bit more in sync, I looked up at his face. After we reached the end of the hall, he suddenly veered into the last classroom before the stairwell, pulling me in with him.
Shishino, are you okay? Is it? Fucking Christ, it's raining bad.
I'm sorry, I can walk for myself, really.
Oh, sorry, my bad. All
I
right, I'm
moved away
leaving.
from
See ya.
Tsukasa and almost immediately spilled onto the ground like a house of cards.
Well, sure don't seem okay to me.
Maybe not, but
Well, if
I
you
just
want
need a
to take
few.
it. Hey, don't push yourself, alright?
Tsukasa grabbed my arm to help me up.
Before Susan.
Ah! Yep.
Oh.
Sorry, is that your arm? Yeah. Is it your
Yeah,
arm that's
I
hurting?
don't know how
Blah,
bad it is, but it really stings, like it's on fire. I draped my other hand over the sore spot where I assumed there was probably one hell of a bruise. I started rubbing gently, but it didn't help at all.
It's not good. We should get you to the nurse's office right away.
Let's not,
Take
because
care
that
of it.
was a nurse. But then we'll be...
Exposing ourselves to the ghost again, right?
Yeah. Just thinking about going back out there and facing Yoshie made me shudder. I couldn't believe he was even entertaining the idea.
Don't worry. Even if she does come to get us, I'll keep you safe no matter what, okay?
Tsukasa...
Oh, he's gonna die here.
Yep, Tsukasa's gentle reassurance almost made me forget
Press
the pain in my
F.
arm. I had to stop myself from blushing, or try to anyway.
We need to treat your injuries as quickly as possible, or they could get worse. The nurse may not be in, but I can at least apply first aid.
Okay.
Alright, then let's go.
Tsukasa
Going,
offered me his hand, and I graciously took it, squeezing it tightly as he led me back into the hallway. Tsukasa's hand. It's so warm. Despite the fact nothing had really changed, I was still just as much danger as I had been. The paralyzing fear I'd felt was gone. If it were just me, I would have never been able to do this. I would have frozen up. But with Tsukasa leading the way, I felt like I could do anything.
Shishido, are you okay to run?
Sure. With my blessing, Tsukasa upped his pace significantly. Please don't let her show up. I prayed silently for smooth sailing as I followed Tsukasa's lead. As long as he's with me, I think I'll be okay. I gently squeezed his hand again, as if to reassure myself that he was still with me. I was starting to think maybe Yoshie was gone. Maybe we thwarted her, but of course, just as I was thinking that, she made her presence known again. Oh, God. Beep!
What the hell was that? Show yourself!
An unearthly voice reverberated through the dark corridor. I immediately drew myself into Tsukasa's back. Bring me more. Over Tsukasa's shoulder, I saw the same shadow-like spirit from before. It must have been waiting here to ambush us. Nope!
It's alright, stay calm.
But... The ghost was moaning and wavering before us. We'd never be able to get past it. You'll do anything for me.
Hey, Shishido.
Yeah?
Check this out. I'm gonna draw this thing's attention while it's distracted. I want you to run.
What? No way, we'll run together!
No. I've got a secret weapon. It's
What?
a gun. It's a keepsake charm my grandmother gave me. When I pointed at it earlier, it definitely had an effect.
A charm?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
But Tsukasa, you'll still be putting yourself right in harm's way.
I'll be fine. It'll all work out somehow or in some way.
That's not... Stay where you are.
Stay there.
We didn't have time to be arguing. It was closing in fast. And as it did, I noticed the spirit's figure had become more defined. She was a tall young woman with her head turned sideways at a 90-degree angle. The tale of Yoshie suggests she fell down a flight of stairs, so a broken neck would certainly fit.
Go! Run! Run, you fool!
He gave me back a shove to get me started, and with no time to object, I incautiously obliged. Tsukasa ran too, darting ahead of me for a few short moments.
Hey, ghost lady! Over here!
Stop!
Come on, step it up.
Tsukasa! Tsukasa ran as close as he possibly could get to Yoshie's attention, and turned tail and began sprinting off in the opposite direction.
I'm out of here. Come and get me, you monster.
Amazingly, it worked. The spirit began chasing Tsukasa, leaving me completely unobstructed. This doesn't feel right. Should I really escape without him? I was torn. On one hand, I knew this was my best chance,
fool.
but I couldn't help worrying about what would happen to Tsukasa if his charm failed. I stopped for a moment and glanced over my shoulder. He was still running, and the shadowy figure was still in hot pursuit. Tsukasa, she's way too close. You need to take out your charm.
It's fine, I told you to keep going. Once you're out of harm's way, I'll be right behind you, I promise.
I still can't believe I fell for it, but this was right about when I realized the truth. Tsukasa had no protective charm. He just made it up so I wouldn't object too strongly to serving him as decoy while I got away. Uh-oh. I stopped in my tracks and shouted at the top of my lungs. Yoshie, hold it right there! I wasn't sure exactly what I was getting myself into, but I had to do something, and calling the spirit's name definitely had an effect. That's right, I know your name.
Shishino, what the fuck are you doing?
All at once, the black figure was facing me, though I never saw her turn around. She was flying toward me now, ignoring Tsukasa. I'm not scared, 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 I'm fucking scared, I'm fucking scared! I repeated this like a mantra and stuck one hand in my pocket, grasping tightly to the one and only item I'd stashed there.
Salt.
So you know who I am then. Unlike him, I have a real protective charm. Tsukasa's care, his effort, his beliefs, they were all packed into this pencil.
Are you fucking serious?
I squeezed the nubby little thing in my pocket, mentally preparing myself for the confrontation ahead. The confrontation I had impulsively initiated.
Shishino, you have to run.
I won't. I will absolutely not. God, please protect me. I closed my eyes, lifted my hand from my pocket, and brandished Tsukasa's pencil intently. The gauntlet had been thrown. I was putting a lot of faith into this, and I really, really fucking hoped I hadn't made a mistake in doing so. My name is Yui Shishido, and my goal is to become... Hello? It sounded like there was a door opening behind me.
It was, and guess who's there?
I opened my eyes to find that the shadowy spirit, Yoshi, had stopped dead in her tracks. Did it work? Was Tsukasa's pencil really keeping this vengeful soul at bay? I don't need a replacement. Just die.
Oh no.
Suddenly, I was whisked off
Nani?
my feet and slammed against the ceiling.
Oof. Shishino!
I could see him down below. He was staring up at me and desperately leaping. He was trying to catch me, I suppose, even though he knew he'd never reach. Tsukasa! I called out to him over and over again in my mind. If he could get away, if he could survive this ordeal, then it would all have been worth it. Yoshi was drawing near, and I was desperately pinned to the ceiling. I had no chance at all. There was no doubt in my mind that my life was over. I clung to the relief I felt at Tsukasa's safety. It was the only thing keeping me from losing my head entirely. Then all at once, the situation took a complete 180. It was like a miracle. The old woman.
Scarecrow. That's you.
You're Shinozaki. Stop right there.
Before I had any idea what was happening, I found myself bathed in a gentle light. Ugh. The woman from this morning?
I was sorry I wasn't able to protect you, but now, at least, the evil will spread no further.
It was the old woman who had collapsed in front of my house. She was standing down below me, enveloped in a warm light.
Jesus.
The black shadow lunged toward her, and then there was a horrific noise, and the old woman was gone.
Shino, what the fuck did I tell you?
And just like that, I fell to the ground. Whatever Yoshi had done to me, the old woman must have nullified it. That must be why she came to me this morning, and why she had come again now. I felt like I was going to faint. Tsukasa ran to my side and gently scooped me off the ground into his arms. Yoshi's spirit was gone. She'd vanished along the light. Around us now, only the sound of the pitter-patter of
Man, this
raindrops
is
at the
immersive
school.
because it's raining outside.
Oh.
Hey, Shishino. Shishino?
Tsukasa? I'd suffered quite a bump on the head from my fall and was decidedly disoriented, but I still had enough sense to put my arms around Tsukasa's neck.
Stop choking me. You idiot. Why didn't I tell you to run away?
I'm sorry, I wanted to protect you. I couldn't bear the thought of losing you is what I wanted to say, but instead I just passed out in his arms.
Oh no.
We're dead.
Oh no.
Yeet, out the window you go. I'm getting you out of here one way or the other.